All right, welcome back to the channel. On today's episode, I thought I'd share with you something that a problem that I feel like was solved that I ran into that I always like to share the helpful hints with you guys. I had this really nice pressure washer hose on my old wall mounted pressure washer setup, and you can see I'm doing a new build out here. I wanted to use this high quality hose on my new build out. No reason to buy a new one, but when it came time to remove it off my old reel, no matter how gentle I was with proper fitting tools and everything, I just could not get this off, and eventually ended up rounding off everything about this whole nut on here, and it's just, there's no way it's gonna come off now, and that sucks. I thought about, do I leave it on the hose reel, maybe get rid of it altogether? But I really wanted this hose, so I thought, man, there must be a way. Do I take it to a local shop and have them press a new fitting on? I come up with this solution. I saw a few people that did this on YouTube, and it looked like it worked pretty well. It's a DIY replacement fitting. Now, when would this be useful? Obviously, for me, I'm gonna have to cut this hose and put a new fitting on it so that I can use it on my reel. That's gonna be very helpful. It'll enable me to keep this hose. Also, if you're a professional out there doing paid pressure washer jobs and you're way off site and you don't have a spare and something happens to your hose, something like this is gonna be a quick fix that's gonna keep you in the field, keep you making money, and you won't have to have a spare hose on board in order to get the job done. I definitely recommend having one of these around. They're very affordable. I'll leave a link in the description. That way you can either repair or replace the fitting, and you can keep that old pressure washer hose that you like going till the end of its term, however long that may be. But we're gonna start out by cutting the hose off and putting the fitting on, and then we'll put it all in place, and we'll make sure it doesn't leak and it's not problematic in any way. And we'll go from there. All right, let's get started. So the tool of choice, the grinder with the cutter wheel on it, very thin. It's gonna do a nice razor sharp cut. Keep in mind that these pressure washer hoses are very durable. They have wires in them and everything to keep them strong and keep them so that they don't burst under pressure, which makes cutting them really difficult. We want a very clean cut to give our fitting the best opportunity to function properly with no leaks, and we want it to look nice too and be clean. So let's give it a try with this one. I've seen it used a couple times and it worked great. Hopefully I'll get those same results. All right, so you can see this is a really nice cut. Let's take a close-up look at that. Nice and clean. That's our best chance for that fitting to go well. And I can't imagine doing that with any type of snap pliers or anything like that. It's just not gonna work. So now let's get this thing screwed together. It should go quick. So keep in mind when you order your replacement fittings that they come in different sizes for different hoses, and it's important to make sure you get the right one. I'll leave a link in the description to make sure you get the one, especially if you have a hose that's kind of like mine. It's gonna work for you just perfect without wondering, is this correct, is it not correct? Because they do make several different types. Now getting this out, this is good metal, good quality, and I'm gonna be using my impact wrench. You could just use a socket, but I have this thing, why not use it? If you have the right tools, use the right tools. And we'll go ahead and start by putting the main part on first. And this is a counterclockwise threading actually. So we're gonna run this on in reverse and get it seated on there good. Yeah, and if you look in there, it's right to the end, and that's exactly what we want. Now it's time to put this is kind of a tapered edge with threads on it. That's gonna go into the hose, and it's gonna open it up and really cinch it down so that there's no threat of leaking or anything like that. So we'll get this started. This is gonna be normal clockwise, I believe. And this is gonna take a little effort too, so I'm gonna get the right tools for that. So now the tool of choice is gonna be a box wrench on the main part here, and then we're gonna cinch this down nice with my impact wrench, and this is a 19 millimeter. So let's go ahead and run this down. We'll try to be easy just to kind of get a feel for how it's going. Oh man, that bugger heated up. And there you have it. Brand new end on there. And man, I felt that went on, oh man, that is burning hot with friction. So that turned out really awesome. We'll go ahead and pull this cover back down over it. And there it is, as good as new. I'm pretty excited about that. That's gonna work awesome. So if you're just trying to repair the hose, you're done. But in my case, I'm gonna be putting a quick disconnect on there. Stick around if you wanna see that thing go on. Now, first we'll put the Teflon tape on. I like to do several wraps to make sure we got plenty on there. That's both gonna help, you know, and lubricate the threads to get it on nice and easy. And it's also gonna make it where we can remove it later, and obviously it's gonna prevent leaks as well. Now again, I go a few wraps on this, nice and tight. We don't really want any leaks here. All right, that should do it. Now we'll go ahead and put the quick disconnect on. And that tape helps it glide smoothly. That's definitely a little bit bigger than a wrench that I have, unfortunately. So we're gonna have to do the unthinkable and use some pliers on this. Channel locks. Now, a trick so that you don't just tear everything up is I use an old microfiber towel that's gonna go in the trash to grab the fitting with. That way we don't tear it all to hell. And then we'll get the proper size. Looks like about an 18. Okay, there we go. Now you don't have to do the Incredible Hulk on this, but the same token, I don't feel like doing this twice. So we'll make sure we're good and seated. Pretty tight. There we go. Now we got our new end with a quick disconnect on there. That's going to be awesome. And you're all set. So what I would do is I'd finish up a little bit of lubricant. Little tip for you guys, always lubricate that O-ring. I keep a little bit of this on hand. And also this rubber fitting that's going to pull up over top of here, that's never going to make its way up. You know, dry rub like that. So a little bit of lubricant on that, and then that should slide on. And there you have it, a brand new fitting, quick disconnect on the end. Let's fire it up, make sure that there's no leaks, and I think we're good to go. I'm pretty stoked. That was easy too. Probably took 5-10 minutes, and it would have took half of that if I wasn't filming it. You know, filming stuff always makes it a little harder. All right, so that didn't leak at all. I gotta say, that worked amazing. I'm really happy about that. Was able to save this hose. Man, I don't think you would ever know the difference. So I'm really excited about that. Again, links will be in the description. Leave any comments down below. I appreciate it. And we'll see you on the next one. This is awesome. Yeah.